woke up, shoved some food down our throat, packed up camps, hopped on our bikes, and started riding south.
That night we rode to a town called Marina, which is just north of Monterey and south of Santa Cruz, I believe, right? Yeah. South of Santa Cruz and south of Moss Landing.
Once we got through like the mist and the fog, like the weather was beautiful. It was overcast for about the first 4 days of our ride, but the weather was great, dude. Like, wore our jackets for half the day.
That was when I first realized that it was a huge mistake not to bring a windbreaker. I just had my hoodie with me, and just that it was all wet from the mist and stuff, and it wasn't blocking the wind at all, and I was cold and tired and just wanted to go back to sleep.
Most of that day was just like flatland for the most part, like really gloomy, and we were basically on like fields and the ocean the whole day.
It was a lot of coast riding, some hills and stuff, and kind of some mountains on our left.
We found this really sick like food stand. It's like a grocery store / food stand on the side of the road where our stop was going to be. And so we stopped in there, dude. It's like freaking amazing.
We stopped just a produce stand on the side of the road that just had great apricots and strawberries and
$2 for little baskets of them, and so we ate a lot of that on the ride, and it gave us the energy to get through that first day, which was hard.
So alright, so we come into this town called Marina, and we see a Walmart. We're hyped on that because the thing we're eating a lot of food, which is by far the most expensive part of this trip. Is that you gotta fucking, you're hammering food the whole time, and it gets expensive.
We're stoked to be able to have a place, like a good cheap place to stock up on food the next day and maybe get breakfast in the morning.
We got to see a Walmart, Denny's, and then we pull into the state park. There's no campground. The map had shown that there would be a campground there.
We saw a state park ranger, and we figured we'd go ask him. And like we were about to ask him, and he like storms past us before we can get a word out of our mouths. We're like, man, that dude's on a mission.
There's some guys, some kids smoking weed. It's California. Fucking everyone smokes weed everywhere. So there's some kids smoking weed. We see this like state trooper, or not trooper, but state park ranger. He beelines for him. Of course, the kid's got a prescription, so nothing's I can do anyway.
We figured out ourselves. Ended up that there's like a private campground like half mile away, so we ended up staying there. They had some campsites, and it's pretty nice actually. Like they had a really nice bathroom, so in the morning I was able to take a shower. Like we all took showers, I think.
They had hot showers for free. That was really nice to take a shower after that day. Dan, of course, didn't take a shower that day, even though he should have.
Dude, just after the first 2 days of riding, Chris had hurt his Achilles. Like his ankle is super swollen, and he didn't know why. Like he'd done long bike rides before, and he never had any problems with his Achilles. And
so then I got grinding in my right knee. My right Achilles was like full on fucked, and my left knee, at this point, I was feeling a lot of strain in it, but it was okay.
I don't remember that day being super difficult because we didn't ride so much the day before. So to me, that kind of felt like the first day of riding, and I still wasn't really sure how hard the ride was going to be down the coast and how long it was going to take.
Yeah, I was happy. I felt like we'd done something. The day before, I didn't feel like we really did anything just because we got a real late start. And on the Marina Day, I felt like we accomplished something. We were out more in the middle of nowhere already.
I'm not incredibly familiar with RV parks or how they work, but this particular one was a piece of work.
The funny thing is, once we got to sleep, that's like when all the good stuff happened. Like Chris was not able to get to sleep until like 10 or 11 because just like all the chaos that was happening on our next door neighbors.
I think everybody else passed out except me. But the way that this is set up is so the tent site here, tent site there, another tent site here, and then an RV like right there, right? So I'm sitting here. There's this family that's a guy, a wife, and assuming a healthy respect for Dale Earnhardt Jr. and their kid and a dog who was a very well-behaved dog. And then this RV group over here, who I never did see in person, but I did hear throughout the night.
I remember it was loud, and I was just kind of in and out of sleep. I'd wake up when it'd get a little louder, and I'd look up when he's in his truck turning up music, and I was just like, what is going on? But then I'm just going in and out. And in the morning we're like, what was going on?
So while this guy's he's cooking at the grill for his wife and his kid, and the fucking dog's sitting there being perfectly well behaved, and I just kind of start hearing him, don't make me regret letting you bring that piece of shit dog with you. Meanwhile, this dog's just sitting there like mellow, and I lay in my tent. They go to bed. It's like 10 o'clock at night, and I guess the guys in the RV come out, and they're ready to sit around and drink beers and shit, and they have a visitor come by. And I don't know what this guy's name was, but he had a lot to say, and he said it very loud, and he's going on about being in his youth, and he's saying, well shit, you know, man, when I was a fucking kid, we used to just go wandering around. Kids don't do that shit anymore. How old are you? Oh, 30? Yeah, well, I'm 32, right. So, hell, shit. I remember we used to grab our BB gun and we'd go down to the creek. You know, now where I'm from, I don't know if you're familiar with this area, but you go, you know where Sioux Falls is? Oh yeah, cool, okay, North Dakota. You go about 600 miles to the west, and then you go about 200 miles north of that. Now, I swear to fucking God, that was the reference that this guy gave us. Well, what you do is you go to fucking Sioux Falls, and you go 12,000 miles to the west. That's how you get to the closest place that I can reference as near my home. But anyway, so we go out there with our fucking BB guns. And shit, you saw something, you fucking shot it. And you know, if you got caught, they just give you kind of a slap on the wrist, and you know, hopefully they didn't tell your dad because he'd give you a beating. Well, fucking this guy that was yelling at the dog earlier, these guys are talking really fucking loud. So he goes, and he's bickering with his wife about this whole thing, and he's like, God damn it, these fucking guys out here don't shut up. There's fucking people trying to sleep. I mean, my daughter's trying to sleep. I fucking swear to God. And the chick's like, God damn it, Jimmy, just fucking chill out. It's not that big of a deal. People trying to have fun. It's only 10:30 at night. It's not a big deal. It's fuck that. Fuck, I'm gonna fucking go out there and do something. So this asshole gets out of his fucking tent. I hear this. I don't see any of it. I called a shot at fucking Jimmy before, so I got this kind of playing out in my head. So Jimmy in all this fucking glory, in my mind at least, gets out of his tent and he goes over to his red Toyota T100 pickup truck, and he turns that engine on, and he's gonna show these other fucking hillbillies what it means to be loud by blaring none other than the voice of an angel himself, Phil fucking Collins. And it just goes it's fucking loud as shit. I mean, I can't remember. It is so loud, and it is blaring. And he lets that go for a minute, and it goes through that whole drum, and the whole thing. Now these guys just that are talking shit, they don't even notice it, because they're just a bunch of fucking good old boys sitting around talking shit about the good old days, you know, fucking shooting small animals, BB guns, whatever.
Yeah, that was a cool spot. Got a good story out of it.
So yeah, that's what Chris dealt with that night, and I got some pretty good sleep. But it's funny when he tells the story in the morning, dude. So good.